There's certainly, Sri, no evidence that a breakthrough is at hand, and you certainly cannot expect anything meaningful to reduce the tensions, reduce the conflict between now and the November presidential election. The big question I have and have asked in a recent article I've written is what happens should Kamala Harris win the election with a vice president, Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, who has a long experience in China. And while he's been very direct in protesting human rights and territorial concerns about China, he's has a more nuanced view in believing that it's very important to maintain a constructive relationship in engaging with China. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
Stephen, what then should, whether it's Harris or Trump, what should a balanced China policy look like then that protects and promotes free and fair trade while accepting and acknowledging China's rise and China's place in the world?
Well, I think it has to be pragmatic, Sri. I think a policy really needs to make an effort not to paint trading partners with one brush, but to recognize how they fit into the structure of saving short economies like the U.S., who have are predisposed to run massive bilateral as well as multilateral trade deficits with many nations, and to be realistic in assessing what can be accomplished by talking tough and taking actions against China and other nations. Both the Trump administration and the Biden administration have been steadfast in maintaining very high tariffs, and Trump has threatened to increase those tariff rates by a magnitude of fivefold from what they are right now, and that would certainly have adverse consequences for U.S. Consumers. But as long as we have big budget deficits and don't save as a nation, we're going to have big trade deficits with lots of countries, including China.